Then he said unto them, O fools, and slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Luke 24:25. This was Jesus speaking to the disciples on the road to Emmaus. Before he revealed himself to them, they wasn't even aware that it was him speaking to them. They were telling him about this man named Jesus as if he didn't know what had happened recently. And this was, of course, after Jesus' death and resurrection. And so he just listened, and they talked. And then his response was this verse, O fools, and slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken. And of course, you read on, he's talking about the prophecy of Christ suffering these things and of the coming of Christ. And later in the passage, Jesus reveals himself to them. And they said, did not our hearts burn within us? And what I want to focus on today is this phrase, slow of heart to believe. And here's my thought. We often look for the understanding before we believe, whereas God looks for the believing before he gives the understanding. We must learn to trust him because he is so inexhaustibly awesome that the human mind simply cannot comprehend him completely. So the only way to approach God is by faith first. And then he will give us revelation as we need it. We are on an as need to know basis with God. What he needs us to know, he will reveal to us. But the first and foremost thing he needs us to know is how foolish it is for us not to be believing, or for us to be slow of heart to believe. My question today is, how long does it take you to believe a verse or a promise or a scripture? Do you have to meditate on it, ponder it in your heart, toss it around, tumble it, and observe it, and read all the commentation on it, hear all the preaching on it before you'll lay hold on it? Or are you one of those that is, excuse the expression, so naive, so childlike as to simply read it and say, well, I believe that, and just take it in the revelation that God give it to you until he gives you more revelation on it, and just trust him at his word? And I'll say this, the quicker we believe God, the quicker we get results. Faith works as fast as you enact it. Faith goes to work just as fast as you start believing. So don't ever believe the lie of Satan that because you don't see faith at work, that it's not working. Because faith works behind the scenes. It manifests on the scene, but it works behind the scene, or it wouldn't be called faith. You have to trust that God, the unseen hand, is at work. That's what faith is. So the very fact that you can't see any visible evidence of God working yet is proof sure that God is giving you an opportunity to exercise your faith. For if you already see the result and then believe, that wasn't faith at all. And so your not being able to see God at work is your advantage, because the only way we can approach God is through the door of faith. And so thank God today that you're having to trust him for what you cannot see with the natural eye. Thank God today because your faith is moving things in the spiritual realm that will manifest soon enough. But just hold fast to the profession of your faith without wavering, and be quick of heart to believe. Today our profession needs to be this: Lord, I'm fast of heart. I am immediate of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken concerning you and concerning your word. So meditate on this, chew on it, and don't be slow of heart to believe. God bless. Love y'all. Have a good day.